Hello, welcome to the Joe Cortez Show here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the entertainment and the boxing capital of the world, and the beauty of the world. Not only we have the beautiful Las Vegas, but we have beautiful people. There's somebody, a guest on my show today. First of all, my co-host Shelly Stevens.
Hey, everybody.
And my guest today is Angela Gardner.
Hi.
Angela Gardner is a person that makes you look beautiful. You know, so if you look in the mirror, you don't like the way you look, call Angela. Angela, come on, she'll fix you up.
We got you.
We got you covered, right?
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, we're going to be talking about Las Vegas, the people in Las Vegas, the children, the seniors, everything in Las Vegas. And Angela's involved with so many things with her business. Can you tell us a little bit, Angela, about what you're doing now?
So I'm doing a little bit of everything right now with the beauty industry. So I've been doing hair for 14 years, and I'm at a salon, and I have my own suite. So I do a lot of hair color. So I have a lot of established clients that have been coming to me and supporting me for the past 14 years.
You can't do nothing for me, right?
I mean, I could give you a little wax there, shine on that head.
A shoe shine.
There you go. But I can help anyone. There you go. But I also co-own an agency. It's hair, makeup, and photography, and it's called Glam Events. So my main business is AG Hair and Beauty. That's what I started with, and then I went into partnership with my friend from middle school, and she's a makeup artist, and we started Glam Events LV, and we do makeup and hair and photography for weddings, quinceañeras, headshots. We do it all, and also with the senior community. And I go to memory care facilities, short-term rehabilitation facilities, and do their haircuts and manicures and pedicures.
I think that's great. And what you were saying about the senior centers, I love them so much because my husband and I, we perform at the senior centers all the time, you know, and they, like you said, they get so much joy when you have someone come in like with music or making themselves look beautiful. Yeah, we need to connect on that.
We sure do. Yes, we do.
We can
I love
trade
it.
some names, go in together and do some events. Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, I remember when I used to work with ESPN, when I do some commentating for ESPN, I would go up to the studios, and they always would do makeup on me. I said, makeup? What? I mean, what kind of makeup you gonna do on me? You know, I always tell them, you know, come on, you know, a little powder of paint will make you look like what you ain't. But that wouldn't be me. But anyway, that's the way it was back in the day. And the lady said, I like that rhyme. A little powder and paint will make you look like what you ain't.
I like it.
So she said, can we put it on the mirror over there? So I took the pen and I wrote out a little powder and paint will make you look like what you ain't. She said, I love that. Leave it there, please. And that was up in Bristol, Connecticut, where the headquarters were ESPN.
Nice.
Yeah, then I would do makeup also in Los Angeles at the ESPN headquarters in Los Angeles. So it was always a lot of fun. So I know being around people that need makeup. There's a lot of seniors, you know, that I feel that will make them glow a little bit more if they was put a little bit of makeup on. Don't just take it for granted that you don't feel good today. If you don't feel good, put a little makeup on. I think you look in the mirror, you say, "Wow, now I feel good again."
Yeah, it always makes you feel good.
That's right.
You know, you're not feeling so good. Getting your hair, makeup done, it just lifts you up.
It does.
Definitely.
It does.
Yeah.
My mom, she used to put on lipstick just to go out and hang up clothes on the line back in the day before they were like dryers and stuff like that. And she like, oh wait, I'm like, where you going? She goes, I'm gonna hang the clothes on the line. Somebody might see me.
Right? You never know. You never know who you're gonna run into.
Exactly. Yeah.
So now you're doing this for the seniors and the youngsters as well. So how is it with the seniors? When you go to the facility, you go there when they have activities, or you go there by appointment?
So I have a couple of locations that I go to every week, and I'm still getting more locations, more short-term rehabilitation facilities, and I am full-time. I go every Tuesday all day at a facility. It's a memory care facility, Lumina, and
Can we show a little picture of that line there, the Lumina?
Yes, Lumina. It's on Charleston, and that one's a memory care facility.
That's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, and they have a salon there that I go into. I'm the only cosmetologist that goes in. Sometimes my mom, she'll help me too, and so I'll do their manicures and pedicures and haircuts. And they know it's a memory care facility, but they know that every Tuesday Angela's coming in, and they're at that door, and they're sitting there waiting waiting for me to see me. So they know Tuesdays, and if I'm not there, if on time, I'm getting called by the staff. Like, where are you? They're waiting.
Oh,
Yes.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's great. And, you hate to see seniors go through that. The seniors sometimes they feel like they're lost. Some of them don't even know where they're at, but they, like you say, they do remember certain things.
Right.
I had a friend. You probably remember the name, Leon Spinks, former heavyweight champion. He beat Muhammad Ali, and he started suffering from dementia and Parkinson's disease. And his wife Brenda called me on and said, "Joe, anyway, he can work out with you because he likes to still work out. He doing it by himself. He does a shadow boxing." I said, "Yeah, bring him over to the gym." They put him to my house. I had a boxing ring in my house, and I put him in there. Where I did the mitts with him. He was doing it so good. He remembered everything because he did that for so many years,
Right.
boxing. So he knows how to do that. I throw jab, right hand, left hook. And he would throw up the same order I gave. He was doing it. His doctor, Dr. Charlie Burnett, called me up from the Cleveland Clinic. He said, "Joe, what are you doing with Leon? He's improving so much more. His balance, his speech, his memory, he seems to be more active than he was before. What are you doing with him?" So he came over my house, Dr. Burnett, and I showed him exactly what I was doing with Leon Spinks. He was so impressed. He said, "Joe, you may be onto something. This is something that the seniors did. You put music around them, and you put music of their era.
Oh, they love it.
They sing word for word. They remember everything. They can remember. They dance all that music. They love it."
When I go and I'll ask them. So I have a senior. I ask him, what kind of music? What did you like to listen to? And he tells me. I think I don't know who, but it's something Woof. And I play the music, and he loves it, and he remembers all of the songs. And I love to talk to them and hear their stories. I always ask them, "What did you do? What was your life like?" And they remember. I mean, not all of them can remember, but for the most part, they love to talk about their life and what. And I love hearing them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So when you go in there, you see you do a lot of hair coloring too for some of the seniors?
I do hair coloring. I think some of them, they really like sitting there with me to get their manicures. And me, I got my full cosmetology license, but I focus so much more on hair that I hadn't done manicures in so long. And pedicures. Well, I was like, "Lord, please help me. I need to do these manicures for them," and they love it. And so I'm like, okay, practice makes perfect.
Yes,
and they just like it because they're sitting there on the table with me, and I'm just talking to them. And they may not need their nails done, but they want it done because it's just their pampered time.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So how'd you get started in this business? Like, I bet you were like the queen of the proms and everything when you were younger, right?
So I remember being a kid and watching that movie Clueless, and so they wanted to basically revamp this girl. And so I always wanted to. I always see the beauty in people, and so I'm like, she would look really pretty if I could just do her makeup or and I would do that in high school, and I always try to just glam people up, but I never really thought that I would end up in the beauty industry. I always I worked in immigration law, and so that was my path. I wanted to work in a law firm, and at one point I thought I was going to be an attorney. Things didn't, and I ended up being a cosmetologist. My mom has been a cosmetologist for many years, and I grew up at the salon.
Okay.
So that's where I grew up,
Yeah.
and that's how it started.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you've been doing that, 14 years you're doing this, huh?
I've been doing it for 14 years. I've been around it since I was a child. So it's in my blood. Yeah.
Good,
That's
good.
beautiful.
And what do you have on the horizon right now?
So I'm just, this is my year to grow. I mean, I've been doing it for 14 years, and I was doing the color, and I just felt like it was time for me to do more. And I had my friend and I had started glam events, but it was sort of like we had it, we didn't push it as much, and now we're pushing more. We're doing more events. I just booked a wedding in Temecula, California.
Oh, nice.
So I'm really excited about what we have coming, and I like to network with other business owners. So I hope that we can just grow from here on out.
Yeah, I think it'd be good if one day you do your own podcast talk show.
I would love that.
Like giving classes,
Yes.
makeup, the hair,
Yeah.
the skin, tone and whatnot. All
Yes,
kinds- all
yes,
kinds.
I would love to do that.
That
That
would be
is
good.
something I would.
Do a
My
week-
next
You
thing.
could do a weekly show, just talking a half hour, 1 hour, whatever it takes to do a whole show. You bring your clients will be your guests.
Exactly. I think
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what when I have the clients at the salon, I love our conversations. It's just I think that would be a really good idea. I think I'm going
Yeah.
to pick your brain on that.
Yeah.
Why not? We like to have, one thing about Shelly and I, we bring people on the show because we like to help them. We
I
don't
love
do,
it.
We don't do anything for us to gain. The only thing we gain is the happiness we see that we can help people out there. That's what Shelly and I have been doing the last couple of years. I've been doing it forever. But that's why I decided to do the show. People tell me, Joe, you're always so nice with everybody. One day you should have your own show. And so many people kept telling me that. One day I said, you know what? I'm going to do my own show. Talk about my boxing career. But then I felt like, wait a minute. Not everybody likes boxing. Let's talk about other things. So I started talking about where I went to school, with the gyms I went to, the people I used to hang out with. Then I brought lawyers, doctors, all kinds of people from all walks of life on the show, not for me to gain anything, but just to make sure that we could push what they're doing out there to the world.
I love it. I grew up watching you, so I definitely knew when I saw you at that event. I said, "Oh my goodness, I know who that is." And yeah,
Sounds just like my husband when we first met.
and so and then this is my second time coming on his podcast, so I'm really excited to be here. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, it's been a good run for me. I've been loved doing the show. I've been doing it with Rick. I've been with him about a good 8 years already, and I do it every week, and I just love doing it. You know, I get a good feeling of knowing that I'm getting the word out to our viewers out there, getting the word out there of what's available for them, whether it's medical, whether it's healthcare, whether it's sports, whatever it is. Music and music business. I bring people on the show who are musicians, singers, or whatever. One day I brought a guy on the show. I saw him in person. He was singing the national anthem, Joe Brown's luncheon that I go to the first Wednesday of every month here in Las Vegas. The guy Larry, I forgot his last name. Anyway, he sings the national anthem better than anybody I've ever heard in my life. He should be he does opera, but he has a real high tone voice of his, unbelievable. But so I like to bring people on the show like that. One day I thought something about that. You know, can you do me a favor? He was saying, where you're sitting, can you sing the national anthem for our audience? And he sang the national anthem with no music or nothing. It was amazing. You know, so that's what I like doing, helping people, showing. Yeah, Shelly, her husband, I had him on the show talking about how their careers. Before you know it, I said, you know, I need somebody like you. You're beautiful and you're intelligent.
Love
you
it.
know? So I said, not every day you get somebody with a college degree that can be on the show and entertain her. So I said, Shelly, she said right away. She said, yes, I would love to. And her husband's so happy because now he said she can get away for a couple of hours.
He
You know,
is happy.
you know,
Oh my God.
but he's happy that you're on the show because you talk so much about so many things in life that people want to know about. Now, Shelly, talking about entertainment and whatnot, when is your next gig?
Oh, let's see. Well, we just started a brand new residency. I'll call it a residency. That's what they like to use the term in Vegas, which means that besides Fridays and Saturdays, we're going to be there Wednesdays and Thursdays. And after the Super Bowl is over, we're going to be there on Sundays as well. So, you know, that was a big, jump up from just performing there on Saturdays because we have a gig also at the German American Club, and it's called Motown and More. They're so cute, these people come, there's a lot of people there from Germany with German roots, and they come like the second Tuesday of every month, and I'm like, that's great. It won't affect our time at Lola's because they're closed on Tuesday. So we were just there last Tuesday this week, and now everybody from there is coming to Lola's like this weekend. So now we're like expanding, so people are traveling all over to see us. So it's been great.
Oh, I'll need to go see you.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. Joe's there every week holding court.
Yeah, I'm gonna go tonight because tomorrow night.
Yeah.
What's happening tomorrow night? Tomorrow night there's.
Oh, because Paul and Colleen are coming tonight.
Yes,
because they usually come Saturdays, but they're going to see the Nighthawks or something.
Yeah, so
they're making it tonight. So tonight should be a big night.
Paul is in a wheelchair. He has some kind of a disease. Anyway, he manages to take it. He can't speak, but he can text. So he texts me, Joe, can you be there Friday night? Because I'm not going to be there Saturday.
Yeah.
Like I said, sure. So I'm going to go tonight.
Yeah,
to be
tonight's
with
going to
him.
be good
Yeah,
because
with
we
Paul.
have guests from
Paul's a good
German
man.
American.
He has a company called Par 3.
Yeah.
Par 3
Landscaping,
it's a
is it?
landscaping company that he has 700 employees, and he's in a wheelchair. He's the CEO of this company. He's had it for years. Then he came down with his illness. He's in a wheelchair. And his son James is also in a wheelchair. He's a quadriplegic as well from a motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
He comes here to Los every so often. And his wife, I forgot her name.
Colleen. I love Colleen.
Colleen's
She
there,
brings her little dog in her purse.
Yeah, you get
May May.
a lot of good people come there. Now, so you're doing your beauty and whatnot. There's a couple of photos of you have some individuals, your daughter's makeup you do for them and party.
So my daughter had a quinceañera. She's now 16, but for her quinceañera, our team did her hair and makeup, and our photographer did her photos. That's my daughter,
wow.
Sophia.
Beautiful.
And that was one of the quinceañeras that we did, but that's my pride right there, my pride and joy, my baby.
Okay.
And that's another quinceañera that our girls just did. We had our girls do the hair and makeup, and we're booking more events.
Oh, so cute.
Beautiful.
That's nice. Beautiful girls.
Yes.
The quinceañeras, that's 15 years. That's something that the Latin people will celebrate.
Yes.
A lot of you Americanos don't understand. Quinceañera is like Sweet 16. We call
Yes.
it Sweet 16. They call it quinceañera. 1 year they will be ahead of us.
Yes.
Quinceañera. That's great. I mean, you do that every so often, and you do these parties regular. Now, the one you got coming up next Saturday.
So Saturday, January 24th, we Glam Events and AG Hair and Beauty will be at Abuela's Tacos, and that is on the east side of town on Sahara. And Abuela's Tacos is celebrating their 15-year anniversary. And I connected with Leslie on Facebook Latin Moms group, and she was posting something on there and asked if there were any vendors that were interested, and I reached out, and now we will be there on January 24th. They're having mariachi. It's a quinceañera theme. I know she's going to wear a beautiful dress, and we're going to actually go and glam Leslie up in the morning before this event. And so they're having mariachi, DJ, lowriders. It's going to be a big event.
Oh, wow. It's going to
Yes.
be fun.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. You know that we need more of those events like that. Have
We
these
sure
kids.
do, yes.
And then maybe it'd be a good idea to maybe have a little one of those tables where somebody can talk to the young kids, bring a celebrity. These young kids, they know singers, dancers, actors. Get a celebrity to attend these events once a year to talk to the kids while they're there. Take photos with them.
Right.
That'd be a good.
Well, I really hope that you can make it. I know, like, a lot of people, they know who you are, and it's just like, it's great to support the community and support each other. Yeah.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
that's great. That's great. We need more of that. More people like you out there doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know, we Shelly and I, we like I said, we like to go into different events, go to the community. We like to spread our love and caring ways for people out there. There's not enough of that out there. And a lot of people just thinking about themselves. It's good to think about yourself to make yourself successful, but loving and caring. Love yourself first, so you can love other people.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing better than knowing that you have somebody out there that you can give attention to and love. So other people some people go through some difficult time. We don't even know it. You know, that's why sometimes you hear about these suicides. The kids and people just say, what happened? There's so many veterans that are dying every day to commit suicide, every day.
Yeah.
I said, well, we should have a show maybe just for veterans where they can come on the show and explain what they're going through. Some people go through a lot of hardships, and we sometimes we take things for granted. We see somebody, he looks okay to me. Next thing you find out, well, he committed suicide. What the heck? How did that happen? So we got to talk to people out there on a regular basis, because you never know who needs the help.
Right.
You know?
That's right. That's what we all have in common. We love to help people, you know, just especially like the older people, you know, like she said, you know, make them feel beautiful, you know, she'll make them up and do their hair. And a lot of that is needed. And that's why we like to lift them up with music. You know, like you said, you know, you have some kind of music they like, you know, next thing you know, they're doing a jitterbug, the Boogie Boogie Bugle Boy. You know, it's like, oh my God, they just come alive. Yeah. What was that movie with Tom Hanks, remember? And it was like a bunch of these older people. They went into the swimming pool. When they came out, they just felt young again. I can't remember the title of it, but it's kind of like that when you see them so happy and when they just lift their spirits up.
Well, that's what we like to see. We like to see people happy all the time because we all go through tough times, all of us.
We do.
There's nobody out there that's perfect. We all go through difficult times. Sometimes we keep it to ourselves, but it's good to talk with other people sometimes about what you're going through, especially if it's difficult times. Good times is good to talk about, but sometimes they don't talk about the bad times.
Right.
And that's what people need it the most. Talk about when you're going through a difficult time, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your family member, a friend, a neighbor. So sometimes nobody's perfect out there. So you try to always say, you know what, let's talk it out. Maybe if I talk a little bit about what I'm going through, you would understand me a little bit better. You know, I feel like I know a lot of people out there that are going through difficult times. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to even admit that they're going through difficult times. But if they were to sit down with somebody or go to some kind of counseling, to have somebody guide you the right direction to save your life, because that's what we got to try to do, help each other so they can live a better life and a long life.
Yeah, that's really important. I definitely believe that everyone, we're not perfect. We're all humans,
Right.
and it's about having those people that love you, that are there in that corner. They're not there to criticize you or judge you, but they're there to
Exactly.
guide you and be there for you to get you
Yeah.
on the right path.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
know, there's a lot of counseling for veterans at the VA hospital, but there's a lot of veterans that don't go to the VA hospital. They stay at home. Some of them are loners. They live by themselves and they don't want to talk to anybody. And if you know somebody who's a veteran living by himself, or anybody, doesn't have to be a veteran, it could be any human being. Somebody, they go to some difficult time, especially when they're by themselves. Sometimes individuals lose their loved ones, and they feel like they're lost at the end of the world. What do I do next? What's for tomorrow? Another day, be by myself, and they commit suicide. And that's what we got to try to talk to these people. They can be very helpful going to the youth program or going to the senior citizen houses and talk to the seniors and communicate. And that communication with one another is so important. We don't have enough of that out there. People are just too selfish and thinking about themselves and not thinking about those out there. Shelly and I, we think about everybody out there. We want to help ourselves as well, but mainly helping the people out there is the main thing that we can do.
And that's why you're getting a couple more Hall of Fame awards, right? Can we talk about that? How many now? I think you just got a couple more nominations you're going to be getting.
There was one in December that somebody screwed up. I say screwed up because they did, but I found out who inducted me. I got inducted to the Tallahassee in Florida, in the MMA Hall of Fame, and that was December 10th, 2025. And now I'm getting inducted again, April 19th, that's in New York. I think in Long Island, New York. I'll be out there for that. That'll be my eighth induction or my ninth. I lose track.
No, I lose track too.
Just 8, right?
I'm just happy I got inducted in one, you know.
Right.
But the thing is that we have to try to help one another because, you know, when you help people out there, when I was a referee, I was helping fighters in the ring. I remember talking to Mike Tyson. I'll give you an example. He's one of the many world champions. I talked to Julio Chavez, Alfredo La Hoya, Sugar Ray Leonard, you name them. I just talk to all these guys. Hey, you know what? I'm here to referee your fight today. Remember one thing, I'm here to protect you. I'm not here, I don't want to see fighters take unnecessary punishment. So I tell the fighters, you know, and I said, Mike, I know you can kick butt, you can kick anybody but that, but I'm here to protect you. You understand that? He said, yes, Mr. Cortez, I understand. Mike would always be so, he never called me Joe, always called me Mr. Cortez. But Roberto Duran, same thing when I refereed Roberto Duran, he said, Joe, one thing about you, you always did a good job in the ring, but you will always, you know how to touch my soul the way you would talk to me before the fight. And you made me feel more confident and I would fight better. And I know it was in good hands if the fight had to be stopped. Things like that. Sugar Ray Leonard, I remember when I stopped Sugar Ray Leonard's fight when he fought Hector Camacho in Atlantic City. And I stopped the fight when Leonard got hit. He went down, he got up, and I gave him the count. Then he got hit with a couple of more punches. I jumped in, I stopped, I held him in my arms, and I'm waving my hand to it's over. In my ear, he says, thanks, Joe. You know?
Yeah.
And that was, you know, people, fighters, they appreciate when you got somebody that cares for them. And I learned to be that way, not only in the ring, but outside the ring as well, with individuals out there. And you fans out there, you guys know that sometimes I talk about people out there that are going through difficult times, but I'm always here to help you. So stop being nasty or arrogant towards yourself and other ones around you. Love one another like the way I do. Love one another, you'll see life is much better.
Absolutely. Like I said, he holds court at Lola's every week. And maybe Saturday or night. Tonight's going to be a Friday, but whenever he's there, it's like everybody just lines up to take pictures with him and talk to him about boxing, and it's just always like a great time there. Lola's is like, we call it, it's like family there. Once you come there once and then you become family.
I'm definitely going to stop by.
Yeah, you have to. It's so loving, this place. It's amazing.
You know, so helpful. Oh, it feels good. I really appreciate when I can see people, when you're talking to them, you can see that all of a sudden now they're changing. They're not sad, now they're happy. You see the change, the moods change. And I said to myself, this is what we got to do. See, this is what I love doing, helping people. I got a kid one day, I went to Indiana. I was a speaker at the University of Indiana. And the next day I was at Purdue University, a speaker at both universities. And when I was in Indiana, I went to an event. They wanted me to go to besides speaking to the college students, they took me to a Boys and Girls Club in Indiana. And it was in Bloomington, Indiana. And I remember I went there, and there was a bunch of kids, maybe 10, 11, 12 years old, maybe about 50 of them. They were sitting on the floor. I was talking to them for about 15, 20 minutes. And after I got through talking with them, they all come up there when they get an autograph on their sneaker or on the T-shirt or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the one kid at the end of the line, one kid, I said, "What do you want me to sign?" He says, "I don't want you to sign anything for me, sir. Can you give me a hug? That's all I want."
Aww, so sweet.
Well, that was very touching.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted, was a hug. You know, that was 2000.
Speaking of speaking, don't you have an engagement coming up in Alaska soon too?
Yeah, and they're coming to
What is that?
Alaska.
He's going to Alaska to give a speech.
Well, I'm going to be talking to some kids up in Alaska, but they're going to have a Golden Globes up thing in Alaska.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to be there as a commentator for them, and as a celebrity guest. But the most important thing is talking to the kids that I'll be talking to. So they're making arrangements for me to in the gym. They're going to have all these kids that I'm going to talk to about life in general, to try to do the good things in life. Because I know when I grew up in New York, in Spanish Harlem, it was a tough neighborhood, real tough. And they had gangs, they had the Dragons, they had the Red Wings, they had the Enchanters, they had the Viceroys. Four gangs I remember in my neighborhood. And I had to walk to the Boys Club, 111th Street, 1st and 2nd. I had to walk there every day from 99th Street Park in Madison. So it was a good 13, 14 blocks. But all those gangs, I had to go through all those gangs, and not once did they ever mess with me. You know why? Because I kept my boxing glove hanging outside my bag. I was going through the neighborhood, and nobody would mess with my brother Mike and I. And when I won 6 Golden Glove championships, and I was going to the Boys Club, and I would feel like, well, nobody's messing with us. Hey, Joe, hey, Mike. Everybody was always waving at us. No. And it was good, but it was good, that I was able to accomplish that. But being, helping in the community, coming back and talking to the kids, I love all of that. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
One more thing before we wrap it up. Tell me a little bit more about what you're going to be doing in the near future.
We're just going to keep growing. This is the year. I think that I feel it, that I'm pushing for more weddings, more events. Like I said, we're going to Temecula for a wedding, and this is one of my clients that I've been doing for many years. Her family became my friends, and so she asked me if I could travel there to get her ready for her wedding, and so I'm really honored, and I just want to do more events. And I want to also continue helping with these assisted living facilities and get more. Eventually, I want to get more staff so that I can't do it all. I have my children, and sometimes I just want to do it all. Yeah. But I think I do. I'm at the point where I eventually need to start hiring more people to help me at these facilities.
You want to say a little hello to your children out there?
I do. I want to say hi to my babies. I love you all, and you guys are what keeps me going.
Oh,
What,
so
their names?
So it's Sophia, she's my 16-year-old. Daniel is my 13-year-old. Liam is my 9-year-old, and Emily is my 8-year-old. She's a firecracker.
How old is she?
She's 8. She just turned 8. Yeah, so she's something special. I think she's a lot like me, and she doesn't want to look like me because she's a daddy's girl, and everyone always tells her that she looks like me, and she says, I don't want to look like my mom. I want to look like my dad.
Oh my God.
And for her 8th birthday, we took her to Rainforest Cafe. And for me, birthdays are really important. I love my birthdays. And so I asked her in the evening, I said, we all have important birthdays. There's something that we remember, and she remembered it and explained. And it's just like it's really touching that we can make these memories.
Angela, I want to tell you again, thank you for being on the show and sharing,
Thank you for having me.
Sharing your knowledge and wisdom and your beauty and your take care. I mean, we need more people like you.
Yes.
And Shelly, thank you again.
Thank you.
Remember, guys, I love being on the show because we're here to help you get you on the right track. And remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Catch you next week. Take care. God bless.